Welcome to Backyard Family Fun, the podcast from Pride Pool Spas and Leisure Products in Claxton and Savannah, Georgia. Celebrating 50 years serving our community, this family-owned business has spent decades helping create memories that last a lifetime. Whether you're a pool owner, a spa lover, or just looking to turn your outdoor space into a true retreat, we've got you covered right here on the Backyard Family Fun podcast. And as a crazy awesome deal for our Backyard Family Fun podcast fans, you get 10% off anything inside either location in Claxton and Savannah, excluding pools, hot tubs, or saunas when you mention the podcast. That's all you have to do. Go and visit the Claxton or Savannah Pride pools, mention the podcast, and get 10% off. Now that's a reason to celebrate. All right, welcome to Backyard Family Fun, brought to you by Pride Pool Spas and Leisure Products. Wow, we are kicking off Season 2 as the celebrations continue, the 50th year anniversary here at Pride Pools. And I am so excited to be kicking off the season back in the Savannah location and back with Alex Smith. Welcome back. It's been a minute since we sat down together.
It has, Dee, and it's great to be back with you again.
It is so great.
Absolutely.
This season, we really, for the second half of the year, kind of want to dive in more behind the scenes. You know, everyone's very interested in how it all works. And so we hope to answer that question in as much detail as we can throughout the season. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I have to say what I first noticed when I walked it back in the door to the Savannah location of Pride Pools was all of the showroom is packed right now with hot tubs and spas, and it is just gorgeous. I mean, I feel like it multiplied since I was here last.
I think you're right. It has. Our inventory has certainly increased in certain segments of the industry. So, especially with our business right now, you know, you started getting that kind of a segue between summer's winding down and you got school starting back. Mm-hmm. And so it's August and September is kind of especially August is kind of a low month for us because we kind of reset and get ready for the spa season. Now, is there what they call a spa season? Believe it or not, we sell just as many spas and swim spas during the summer.
Oh, I bet.
Because of a lot of people are buying it for wellness, therapeutic reasons.
Yeah.
And it's a really amazing because you can turn the heat off and you can still get a lot of therapy with all of our jetpack systems on the Bullfrog and all the other models that we have on the floor. But yeah, our spas certainly have increased on the floor a lot, and we're bringing in grills. I mean, you know, getting ready to tailgate, and you know, football season is
big
approaching.
Time, yeah.
So it's a big season. It's a good time for me as well as the company and the business because we kind of get ready for all those outdoor products, and we got the Big Green Egg, we got the Green Mountain Grill,
That's right.
the wood pellet grill, and it's really pretty neat to see all these things work. But our inventory has certainly increased, and we're looking to hopefully move that inventory.
Of course,
that's kind of the idea of
the
having a retail
point, right?
store, right?
Exactly. What I love too is that, you know, when you've got a full showroom like this and it's just packed, you're able to really see all the different models, right? And just really say, okay, this I can touch it, I can feel it, I can see how many jets we got going on, and I love that because I think it can be, especially today, a little overwhelming when you're picking out, you know, the spa that you want, and it's like, well, do I need this technology or that technology? Do I want one with 10 seats or, you know, 4 seats or what am I looking for here? And you can kind of get a touch and feel of test drive.
I'm a big fan of, you know, see it, touch it, know what you're purchasing, know what you're going to test out. And we have the wet test. You test drive your vehicle before you purchase it. We have a test soak, test drive, test soak your spa, and we can set that up. So if you have an interest in it, we We have a little canopy, make it a little private session, and you can come in here after hours and have a test soak and enjoy, say if this spa is the right fit for you and your family. And right, most all of them are empty, of course, but you can get into the spa and do a dry test and sit in the seat to find out where the jets are going to come up on the neck or in your shoulders or the lower lumbar or your back, and find out where all the jet placements are at when you're sitting in the spa.
Yeah.
So knowing that you're going to get the results and that amazing feel of hot water therapy with the different models that we have, some are deeper, some are shallower. There's loungers, and then just spas without loungers and just seats. And it's really is when you start talking about 30, 40, 50, 60 jets in a spa, it's
Right.
like, there's a jet for every part of your body.
Oh, yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing feeling to have. But, what's really cool about what we do here, Dee, is the outdoor products. Listen, you're out there in the spa, you're really enjoying it. But prior to that, you're on your Green Mountain Grill. You're cooking. So, you're out there cooking, and either friends or family are in the spa. So you kind of having that conversation. And maybe the football game is on the TV.
Right, right.
And now you got the ambiance, you got the outdoor setting of what I really enjoy. And we're set up. We got a little TV out there next to the spa, and we don't want to miss the game.
Yeah, yeah.
So we sit there and enjoy everything that we offer, and but that's just kind of how we do as a family. And that kind of segues over into the culture of the company.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of staff here that have pools as well, and also spas. And so they test drive their own, and they understand how amazing that spa feels and how amazing that food tastes off the grill.
Right, right.
I mean, the Green Mountain Grill, the wood pellet system is pretty cool, but the Big Green Egg has kind of been around for a long time, and if you're not real sure how to use it, it's very simple. They have a little QR code to scan, and that's on both grills, and you can learn how to operate the grill, and it's simple, and it's not like, I don't know how to use a charcoal, because most everybody today just fires up that propane, and the stuff that we offer, an avid griller, someone that really enjoys spices and certain type of flavor when it comes to the pellets, that's what we have.
Right,
And
right.
you come in and you see these egg accessories that
That's
you can
right.
get for the grill, and same thing with the wood pellet grill. But we create that setting, we create that, and that's kind of the idea that I've always enjoyed. And so, if your family enjoys doing that, why not offer that
Yeah.
for the people that work here as well as your customers?
Yeah.
And your customers are asking, hey, what do you guys have when it comes to maybe a fire pit? We got the solo stove, or hey, we got the spa, got the grill. So we kind of create that environment. So when you're outside, it's a one-stop shop to find all your backyard needs for your family.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what we always enjoy doing as a family. And, going way, way, way back to the new construction side of things, that's kind of where it all started for me anyhow.
Right.
Of building the new pools, and once that pool's in the ground, what can you do? What do you do afterwards?
Right.
Once it's in the ground. Of course, we're going to jump in, have fun, but while we're out here, we got kids to entertain. We got to entertain. We got to be able to keep everybody in the backyard, because the in-ground pool or the spa or the grill, if you got kids and you got family spread out, you can have them all in one spot.
Right.
Now you know where your kids are at, right? Now you know.
That's the whole idea.
That's kind of what that's the hidden purpose. Some of these kids
Yes.
don't understand it, don't know that. But
Which is good.
It is. And, as a parent, you want to be certain they're safe.
Yeah.
You want to be certain your kids are in a good environment where they're secure, and, they're going to be they're gonna have fun. They're gonna
Right.
enjoy being with the rest of your family, and that's kind of where it all kind of started with me, and that kind of segues over to our staff.
Yeah. Well, speaking of our behind the scenes feel for this season, and walking in, seeing all of those spas and the new models that are here, and it's just like, wow, how do you get all of those in the showroom? Let's tell everybody. Let's
Yeah.
roll that curtain back for a second. How do you get them all in here?
It's a challenge sometimes. We have a good size square footage for a showroom, but we can have 10 to 12 spas in an area. But we have double doors that we specifically put in at this location in Savannah. Same thing in Claxton. We got actually a roll-up door there.
Right.
And so if we need to get a spa out or delivered, or we're bringing in brand new spas on the showroom to show our customers what's the latest and the greatest of the technology of spas, we just kind of set that up in our showroom. And we have a segment in in the location where it's all our spas. So all of our spas in one area. So when you come in, you can see all the spas in that one part of the showroom.
Right.
And that way you can understand we call good, better, best. So all of our spas we got 3 kind of levels. So we believe in offering choice for the customer. And if you just want to plug and play, you just want to plug it in and a regular old 110 volt receptacle and enjoy the spa, we have that. If you look into, sort of in the middle of a spa when it comes to warranty and quality and so forth, we have that spa as well.
Right.
And then of course we got what we call the best, and that's the jetpack therapy program.
Right.
And that's really a cool system to see. And if you're needing some therapy when it comes to if you're doing physical therapy,
Right.
or if you just need therapy, whether it's mental or physical, don't matter. This spa will do both.
Yeah.
So when you sit down and close your eyes and you picture yourself in a jetted pack spa where when you sit in the seat, you lay your head back and you have these neck jets that poke directly, or I won't say poke, but they shoot
They're on either
directly
side
on
there.
both sides
Yeah,
of your
yeah,
cervical of your neck. And so you got jets there, then you got jets on your shoulders, and then you got jets that runs down the lower part of the back, and then on down the back of your legs, and the back all the way down to your feet.
Right.
So, and then when you're sitting there with your arms, you have these little armrests inside a lot of the spas. You actually have jets around your hands and your forearms. I mean, there is jets everywhere.
Wow.
So when you sit there, whether you have it under a patio or if you're just sitting outside, a lot of people will do that first. We'll deliver it, and we have these spa pads where if you walk in and you see a spa that you like, we can bring it right away. Meaning that if you don't have a place to put it, we have these portable pads. They're actually called spa pads.
Right. Okay.
So we click them together, sit them out there in the middle of the yard.
Yeah.
And then we set the spa on it and plug it in. And then you just, late in the evening when you get home, you're just exhausted, you're tired, and you just bought the spa. So now you get in the hot tub and you just kind of lay your head back and you look up at the stars. And then it's nighttime and it's like, man, this feels good.
Yeah.
And you got a little coolness in the air. So fall is coming. It starts getting a little bit cooler, and you start to see all the steam coming up out of the spa. And it's like, wow, this is. I wonder what the other half is doing.
Right,
you kind of sitting there like
living the life.
This is
That's
living the
it.
life.
That's it.
And that's where you find that this is an amazing feeling. Not only is it a mental reliever, but it's also a physical reliever, because it really does. The spa goes out, it affects all parts of the body. And when you get out of the spa, after you sit there about 20, 30 minutes, if you keep the spa hot, you don't want to stay in there too long.
Right.
But 20, 30 minutes, and once you get out, you're going to you're going to sleep the best you've ever slept.
Yes.
It is the
Yes.
best sleep aid ever.
It's true. You
It
relaxed
really
me
is.
so much I almost fell asleep just
I
now.
tell you
Just
what,
just hearing about it.
well,
I nodded off slightly, but I'm back. Everything is fine. It's just fine. You called it a jet pack. Are you able to, like, let's say, okay, we have a hot tub and we want a different, jet system on it. Are they movable in certain spas where you could move them around and or add something to it if you wanted to?
Yes, good question. So the jetpack therapy system is exactly that. So that's why they come up with that program. So if you're sitting in a spa and you feel like you're a little bit too deep and you want to be able to be up out of the water a little bit more, or you want a lounger. So if you get in one seat, and I think it's called the spinal massage, and then you got another jetpack that's called the neck blaster. There's a lot of different, and I might not be calling them exactly what it's called, but the idea of the jetpack is focused on.
One
So the
area,
term of that
yeah.
jetpack is designed for shoulder, neck,
Yep.
arms, lower back, upper back. And so there's different themes for every those. So yes, you can take it out of that spot you're sitting and you can put it into another seat. And you can rotate it out. So if your spouse or partner or friend, ever who's in the spa with you, and you feel like this is my best seat, but I really want it in the lounger, take that jetpack out, put it in the lounger, and here we are.
Oh, wow.
Now you got that same feeling, but you're laying down,
Right.
and you're relaxing, and there's no feeling like that once you get that right jetpack therapy on your body. Now you look forward to it every night.
Right.
Every night you're like, I can't wait to get home
That's
to get
right.
into the spa because
You got a whole routine.
absolutely, and I promise you, it will make you feel great.
Oh,
It'll
no
make you
doubt
feel
about
good,
it. No
for
doubt
sure.
about it. Well, of course, we always invite folks to come in and see all of the things that we're talking about, and also go on to the social media pages and see some pictures and videos of the things we're talking about too. It's really cool to sit down and talk with you, Alex, because I feel like you've been doing this for so long. This is a part of your family, and legacy, and you've just grown up in this business. And I think, this season especially, we're really looking forward to sort of, letting everybody know how it all works, right? And so one of the things that I know that you were, early on passionate about and continue to be is the construction side, the installation side of pools. And that has just come such a long ways over the years. And I feel like it's a full service business.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about, is really from conception, your dreams, this is what I'd love to have, to really making it happen in whatever environment you have that's available.
That's true. And you know what? That's exactly right. It's when you grow up into something in this industry and I think I was like maybe 11, 12 years old when my dad started the company. And, once I got into high school, well, really when I was in middle school, I was out there working. When we kind of started young back then.
Yeah, yeah.
But, the work ethic, it stuck, and by taking me out and showing me how things worked, all the way from manufacturing of our walls for the pools to going to the installation side and watching the construction of it, and then seeing all that, and then working my way through middle school, high school. So after hours, after school, guess where I was at?
Right.
I was in the warehouse, and we actually fabricated our own walls for the
Wow.
pools.
Wow.
And we did that, and that gave us plenty to do after hours when it comes to school. So after school, that's where we went, and then of course, once we got through there, we had to take care of our grades and be certain that we made good grades in school. But that wasn't always the case sometimes, but we tried our best.
It happens. It happens.
It does. But learning that at an early age really taught me a great work ethic, and it really showed me how things were done in the business. And starting like that, we started construction. So building vinyl liner in-ground pools is kind of where I cut my teeth on. It's started back in the 70s, and
I'm gonna get you a T-shirt that says that. By the way, I cut my teeth on vinyl. I mean, come on, that's good,
that's not
right?
bad.
That's
That's not
good.
bad. I kind of like that.
That's good.
That is pretty cool.
I feel like you deserve that shirt.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, pretty neat. So we actually enjoyed going out, fabricating the pool walls, delivering the pool kit to the job site, and that was something that I learned at a high school age, and of course that just carried over to went to Georgia Southern, finished school there at Georgia Southern, and that took me the extra time to get out of there. Yeah, it should supposed to be 4 years, right? But I think I took the extra 2
You're
years.
peddling a little bit.
I did.
Okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
think I had to go back
Yeah.
and understand how pools are built
Right,
during the summertime.
right.
I didn't get enough of that. I think
got
in,
it. I
in the
got
early
it.
days of training. But I learned real quick that I learned a lot about it. But it really taught me how the business worked, and my dad exposed me to that. And all the way from selling to presentation to installation, and it really. So once we started doing all that, all of a sudden, there's a need, a demand, and customers were asking, "Hey, would you?" I got to get my supplies. I got to get my chemicals. Where do I go to do that?
Right.
So being in Claxton, we realized that we needed to offer that service in other geographical areas. So worked our way to Savannah, opened up a location there, and opened two actually in Savannah. And that started the process of retail.
Yeah.
And, going to construction and taking care of the installation and understanding how pools are built to the retail side is like a whole nother world.
Oh, I'm sure.
It really is.
Yeah.
So dealing with the consumer walking in and asking questions but it gave me a foundation. It gave me so much knowledge that if a customer had a question about the pool, I really answered it without even thinking about it. And it gave me so much information that I always go about something that if I'm doing and trying to figure it out, I'm committed.
Right.
I'm 100% all in, and that's the only way I can understand what I'm doing. If I'm just not all in, I'm not going to get it all.
Right.
So I think that's why I was able to make that transition to the retail side of things, and because I understood how it was built. I
Sure.
understood how the pool was constructed. If they had a question about the equipment, if they had a question about the liner, had a question about the concrete decking, whatever it might be,
Right.
I had answers. And it's not that I know everything. I do not know everything, because once you tell yourself you think you got it figured out,
Something changes.
that's when you don't have it figured out. I would assure you that.
Yeah.
So,
but it gave you a level of confidence.
It did. It
that
did.
you bring in that to the customer
That's
all the
right.
time, and that just comes from seeing it every day and
That's
being
true.
around it and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And
That's correct.
were you surprised? Was there one thing you were like really shocked and surprised by on the construction side, learning that? That just kind of wowed you and you were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this.
Well, funny you should say that, because actually there was, and we talked about this before a little bit. We didn't touch on it a lot, but the process of installation that wowed me tremendously. So, my dad was very good at efficiency. He made certain that if there's a process to do something, he wanted to do it as quickly as possible, but with quality. But he wants to be certain to have it done in a timely manner. And the more it takes you to do that process, the more it costs you. And boy, did I learn that pretty quick. And so we would start a construction of a brand new in-ground pool in the customer's backyard. And by end of the day, there was water flowing in the pool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, it's called water flowing and grass are growing. That was one of his slang terms that he used. And I didn't really know what it meant until you actually experience it. And that was an amazing wow for me. And even today, customers go back we've had customers come in and that we built pool 35, 40 years ago, and they would say, they showed up, I went to work, and when I got back from work, there was a pool in my backyard. There was water going inside. It's like, no
Wow.
way. And they were, and some customers, took the day off, experienced the process, and the entire time couldn't understand because everybody had a job to do. And
Well-oiled
it
machine.
really, really was. And that was the big wow for me
Yeah.
and how that process was implemented. And that carried on, and we continued that process. And we believe that everything evolves in the industry, technology evolves, and so we got to keep up with all the new stuff out there. But that was a big wow for me, and the quality of the pools when you're building something like that in that time efficiency, you got to ask yourself, is everything done correctly? And absolutely. I mean, everything was verified and made certain everything was confirmed before water started going into the pool. And so permitting process, you get the permit, building permit, and inspections came pretty quick. So the inspector showed up, I think, within a day or two because the electrician had already done their job.
Right.
And it was an amazing process to be put together. So construction showed me, and it taught me, and it gave me a lot of confidence when it comes to building a brand new pool. So because there's so much that goes behind that. So the knowledge you gain from that segues over to the consumer. So retail, talking to a customer in retail, and they have a question about any of what I just talked about, I'm able to give an answer.
Yeah.
And it's an educated answer, but there are some out there that we didn't build every type pool, right? But at the end of the day, the function of a pool is basically the same. You got water, you got chemistry, you got equipment that runs it. The vessel that holds the water is a little bit different because you got two other types. You got a concrete, they call it gunite, and the other one would be a fiberglass. But today we build the fiberglass and the vinyl because fiberglass has just become such a popular way to install a new construction pool, and because it's just one piece vessel that goes in the ground. So it's a little bit different than constructing the vinyl liner. But both sides of it gave me so much knowledge and gave me such an education.
Right.
And because everything that went on, I looked at it as an education. And if you don't go about it on everything that you do, especially if you're trying to learn something, if it's a new way or the old way, if you don't go about it as it being an educational process for you, you're probably not going to retain it.
Right.
You probably won't remember it.
Right.
But there was certainly a lot of pools that were built. I mean, building 100 pools in a year was nothing unusual.
That's
For us.
wild.
That's
wild.
That's a lot of pools
Yeah.
in a year's time. And you got your slow time of the year when it comes to construction, but that's kind of how things worked way back then. And today, it's not a whole lot different because time is money.
Right.
And the longer it takes to process something or to build something, the more it will cost you.
Yeah.
And that's just a simple way to look at things when it comes to manufacturing or construction.
Yeah.
You can make it complicated about all this inventory and operational costs and all these other stuff. But at the end of the day, if you don't do it in a timely manner, it's gonna cost you a whole lot of extra money.
Right.
But construction was just where it all started for me, and it gave me so much information. So retail was easy segue, but then now you got the other part of it, which is a pool's in the ground for so many years, and they might need a motor replaced. They might need filter service. They might need something with the equipment. They need their filter service somehow. Change the sand, replace the filter. So, I remember so that was installed when we built the pool.
Right.
And
right.
so now that's not that hard to figure out because when we installed the pool 10 years ago, you might need a liner replacement. You might need a filter replacement. Either way, I learned it while I was
Right.
building the pool.
Got you covered.
That's right.
That's
So
right.
if you need some help with that, I'm your guy.
That's right. That's
so,
right. I love
so
it.
everything kind of started there. If you got a good understanding of how our pools were installed and constructed, then the retail, the service kind of just fell into place.
Yeah.
But that gave me a great foundation to work off of. And without that, I wouldn't have the knowledge I have today. I know that for a fact.
Sure.
Because I've seen people come into the industry and they come in on the retail side. Now, we try over the years, anyone new that does come into our company and that goes through their onboarding process when it comes to a new employee, we try to get them out to the job site. We take them out there as part of their learning, as part of their training.
See the whole thing.
It is. And the cross training that we do, we try to give everybody that exposure. So when we go build the pool, at certain phases, you want to be able to see the liner installed and how the bottom is put in and how the concrete decking is poured.
Sure.
And how the cool deck's applied. So everybody that works here today, we got a couple people that just started that has not experienced that yet, but everyone here that's been here for a few years or more can tell you the process.
That's
they should be
awesome.
able to understand that.
Yeah.
So a customer comes in and they have a question about what this stuff is on my deck, and I need some more stuff put down. They'll say, "Is that cool deck you're talking about?" Oh, that is it. That's exactly what we need done. So someone in retail has got that exposure.
That's great.
Yeah. So it's really hard to get everyone cross trained, but we want to give everybody that exposure, even on service side of it. If you got to change the sand in the filter, or if you got to replace the motor, what all is involved with that. But there's a process for that.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of information that you have to kind of take in over the years.
Sure. Takes a long time to take it all in.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. But again, it gives me information. So if someone's got a question about any of that, I'm going to have a response.
Right.
I hope it's the right response. But if it's not, and I do not know the answer, I will tell you. I said, let me find out for sure about that. There's some process that may have changed that I may have not got wind of. You never know about these things.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, we make certain that we give the customer the right answer.
Yeah.
And when they leave out of here on the retail side of it, they bring us a water sample, and they got questions about maybe service, or they may have questions about the pool that we just installed, or maybe they might want to have one of these grills they want to put out there underneath the patio. Because while the kids are in the pool, they might want to go over to the Green Mountain Grill.
That's right.
And have some of their famous steaks that they cook.
Yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. I love it. I love it.
So that's a lot of when I was coming up in the business. It really helped me a tremendous amount moving forward, because when I was 13, I didn't know what I was going to do. Who knows what they're going to do at that age, right? They're just glad to be there.
Right.
Glad to be here and enjoying life. But as I got older and more responsible, I guess what they call that, right? As we get older, what do you want to do in life? And sometimes it takes a while. It took me a minute or two while I was in college to say to myself, I guess I need to figure out what I'm going to do in my life.
Right.
What am I going to do? And the whole time, the entire time, Dee, it was staring right back at me.
It was right here looking at you.
Didn't know it. And when you're that age, when you're 20, 22, you just again, you're just taking one day at a time and trying to get through life. And all of a sudden, I said to myself, why am I going out looking for work? Why do I have to go look for a job when all I need to do is go to my dad, knock on the door, and say, by the way, I think I decided what I'm going to do.
That's right.
And then, of course, the rest is history.
That's right.
But
I bet that was a great day for him when you did that.
Yeah. He did not intentionally put that on me and my family. So the other siblings that were involved with the business, he was not saying, well, in 10 years from now, you're going to be doing this. He never did put that pressure on us.
Mm-hmm.
He never did. Now, I know back in his mind, and probably with Mom and him talking, he was probably like, "Oh God, I hope they decide to do this."
Sure, sure.
And today he'll tell you that, but I think it's if you have a family business and you enjoy what you're doing, that's the number one thing. If you don't like what you're doing, you need to stop and then reevaluate and do something you enjoy doing.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to keep things simple because I loved what I was doing in the summer. After school, during the summer, I was involved in the business, and I said, "Wow, this is all I really know." I grew up in it.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot about it. Going to school, it gave me just a little bit extra to have just in case something did happen.
Right.
And that was the biggest thing with my dad. He wanted to be certain that we got the education because you never know what happens in life and what things can be thrown at you, literally or physically.
Right. Right.
So sometimes you just got to get out of the way.
Sometimes you got to duck.
Yeah, you do. You don't want to get hit that hard anyhow.
So true.
Absolutely.
So true.
So we worked our way through that, and it took a little time, but after I realized this is what I wanted to do, boy, everything kind of took off from there. And boy, was I glad to make that decision.
Well, I think it's experience that people can feel as soon as they walk in the door, which I think is just magnificent. We're excited on this season. We're going to be talking more in depth about chemicals, about the chemistry end, about the grills, about the service side, about the maintenance. We're going to really dig into to all of it. And I think it's going to be just a fantastic season. We're looking forward to it. I'm going to definitely get you that T-shirt, by the way. Cut my teeth on vinyl.
Hey, and that's
so
and that's
good,
the truth.
right?
Absolutely.
I know.
I think that's a cool. That's a cool.
It's a throwback
slogan.
to your beginnings.
Yes,
is where it is.
It really is, and to me, that's what gave me the foundation to do what I'm doing today.
Yeah.
And that's the God's truth, because that's something that I strongly have passion, compassion, and I believe in it with all my heart.
Yeah.
And if I didn't go about it that way, I don't believe, again, I would be sitting in front of you here today.
That's right.
It would have went sideways somewhere. I don't know where. But it would have went sideways somewhere. But and I'm sure things have gone that way over the years. But again, if you have your true, your true passion and you stick to it, and you get up every day. Now, listen, I don't say get out of bed and scream and shout, hallelujah,
Right.
I'm going to work. It's not quite. But I do have that enthusiasm. I still have that passion.
Yeah.
And if you still have that passion about what you do when you get up every morning, and if this is something you want to continue to do, then you're in the right spot.
Yeah.
You're in the right spot.
Absolutely.
But if you just hate it, or you just dread going to the work, whatever it might be, and it's day in, day out, and you're just there for the paycheck, you just need to reevaluate that.
Yeah.
And that's something that I try to let everybody know that's around me. If you just lose interest, and why'd you lose interest? Well, maybe we need to try another area, or maybe we need to look at it at a different perspective. But you just, if it's not in your bone marrow, if it's not part of your life, then you're not living it.
Yeah.
So doing this, and making decisions with my family to go out to eat, it's all the same.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all
part of the.
that's
Yeah,
right.
I get that.
It's all part of my life.
I get that.
And if you start putting your life in that direction and making decisions, do you have to be at your office, at your desktop to make business decisions? Absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not. But if you have that passion and you have that desire that you want to learn more and you enjoy what you're doing, then guess what? Decisions come easy.
Mm-hmm.
Decisions come easy. And not everything's always going to be just perfect, but you just have to understand that when you got that happening in your life, therefore you got yourself surrounded with people like you.
Yeah.
And if you got yourself surrounded that people think similar, I don't know about acting similar, but
Right.
they think
Right.
so.
Yeah.
God bless them if they act that way.
Right.
You know, I do think that if you surround yourself with great people like that, and just people that are all in and are committed at what they're doing, that's with family, that is with your work, that is whatever your leisure, whatever you enjoy doing on after hours or part time or whatever your hobby is. If you got passion for that, making decisions every day about work, about family, or about your hobbies, it all's the same.
Yeah,
It's all
and
the
it
same.
shows.
It's easy.
And it
Makes easy.
shows when all that's cohesive,
Yep,
it
yep,
shows. And I think the
yep.
best decisions are made when you're in a pool or a spa. So
That's
I
true.
feel like
Absolutely.
you know,
That's a good point.
whenever I can do business there, like I'm
Man, I didn't think about
I
that.
listen. That's the next place we need to have a business
That's
meeting.
true.
I feel like.
And I like that idea. Maybe we start having our meetings
Why
in the pool.
not?
I think
Why
that's a great
not?
idea.
That's a great place. Well, this is going to be an exciting season, Alex. We look forward to it. Thank you so much for sitting down.
Thank you, Dee.
Let the celebrations continue. The team at Pride Pools is excited to give you a huge anniversary special. Actually, 3 of them. To celebrate 50 years all year long, you can get up to $10,000 in savings on 3 anniversary fiberglass pools. There are 3 sizes to choose from: the backyard size, the family size, and the fun size. How cool is that? So stop by the Claxton or Savannah locations of Pride Pools or go to pridepools.com for more information. Thanks for listening. Come by and meet your local pool and spa experts in Claxton on Highway 280 West or in Savannah on Gateway Boulevard South, or go to pridepools.com. If you love backyard family fun as much as we do, be sure to give us a rating and review and subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. And if you have a question or topic you'd love for us to cover, drop us an email, info@pridepools.com, or tap the links for Facebook or Instagram in the show notes of this episode. We'd love to hear from you. Now let's go make a splash and have some backyard family fun.
Pride Pool.